Hi there, future scientists and math wizards. Welcome to Smile Road. I'm Sir M, and I created this channel just for you, senior high school students looking to make science and math easier, clearer, and yes, even more fun. On Small Road, we explore exciting lessons in general science, solve real life problems in general mathematics, and learn how these subjects connect to the world around us, from floating boats to your monthly budget. Each meeting, I'll guide you through lessons using simple explanations, real life examples, and even a few challenges to keep your brain sharp. Whether you're reviewing for exams, catching up on class topics, or just curious about how the world works, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss any of our learning adventures here on Smile Road. So, are you ready to start this journey with me? Let's walk the road of knowledge with a smile. Our topic for today is about solving real-life problems using right triangles and oblique triangles, angles of elevation and depression, and bearings. And this is quarter 3 of grade 11 General Mathematics about measurement and geometry. We are now dealing with quarter 3 measurement and geometry lesson Roman numeral number 3 about solving real life problems using right and oblique triangles, angles of elevation and depression, and bearings. Intended learning outcomes. At the end of this lesson, learners should be able to A. Solve problems involving right and oblique triangles by correctly applying the appropriate trigonometric laws, sine, cosine, and tangent, and other geometric principles. Letter B. Determine and apply angles of elevation and depression to find unknown lengths and heights in various practical scenarios. Letter C. Utilize bearings in navigation to calculate distances and directions and plot accurate courses. Letter D. Analyze and interpret real-world situations to identify the relevant trigonometric relationship and formulate a plan to solve the problem. Letter E. Communicate solutions clearly and logically, showing all necessary steps and calculations. Discussion of key concepts. So this lesson provides a deeper look into the three core areas of study, emphasizing their practical applications and the underlying principles. Number 1, right and oblique triangles. Number 2, angles of elevation and depression. Number 3, the use of bearings in navigation. Right triangle and oblique triangles. Solving problems with triangles is fundamental to trigonometry. Right triangles are the most basic and are solved using the SOHCAHTOA mnemonic. So means sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of the angle is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And then tangent is opposite over adjacent. Soka, toa. So that's the meaning of so, the ka, and the toa. Again, um, sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent theta is opposite over adjacent. There is something wrong with our formula here, but I told you, I tell it to you correctly. So that is an error in here. Oblique triangles, which have no right angle, require more advanced laws. The choice of law depends on the given information. So the law of sines and the law of cosines. So the law of sines used when you know two angles and one side. Angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle, or two sides and non-included angle. Side, side, angle. The law is expressed as A over sine angle A is equals to side B over sine angle B is equal to C over sine angle C. And then for the law of cosines, use when you know two sides and the included angle. Side, angle, side, or all three sides. Side, side, side. The law is expressed as c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times cosine of angle C. Take note that our side C here, you need to use the cosine of the angle C. Practical applications for solving triangles include calculating the height of a building, determining the distance across a river, or finding the dimensions of a plot of land. Number 2, angles of elevation and depression. These angles are essential for solving problems in fields like surveying, aviation, and engineering. Both angles are measured from a horizontal line upside. Angle of elevation. This is the angle measured upward from the horizontal. For example, the angle of elevation of a kite is the angle from the ground to the kite. So that's how we represent the angle of elevation. Our line of sight to the object, and the observer is of course in perpendicular with the in perpendicular with the horizontal line. The angle of depression. This is the angle measured downward from the horizontal. For example, the angle of depression from a lighthouse to a boat is the angle from the top of the lighthouse down to the boat. So that's the illustration. We have the observer, and then you come up with the horizontal line, and that's the location of the angle of depression. And there you have the object. A key concept is that the angle of elevation from point A to point B is equal to the angle of depression from point B to point a relation based on parallel lines and alternate interior angles. Practical problems often involve finding the height of an object, like a cliff or a tree, given a distance and an angle, or finding the distance to an object given its height and the angle. Use of bearings in navigation. Bearings provide a standardized way to describe direction, making them critical in fields like navigation, surveying, and aviation. There are two types of bearings. Letter A, the true bearings. Letter B, compass bearings. True bearings. These are measured clockwise from the north and 0-degree angle given as a three-digit number. For example, a bearing of 0.45 degrees is northeast, and a bearing of 270 degrees is west. Compass bearings. These are measured relative to north or south, and then east or west. For example, north 30 degrees east means 30 degrees east of north, and south 60 degrees west means 60 degrees west of south. Solving navigation problems often involves using bearings to create a triangle, either right or oblique, and then applying the sine or cosine laws to find unknown distances or directions. This process allows navigators to determine their position, plot a course, and calculate the distance and direction to their destination. So that is the SOHCAHTOA. Opposite over hypotenuse. Ka, cosine of angle theta. That's the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And then TOA, that is opposite over the adjacent. So take note of the opposite side and the hypotenuse in every triangle, as shown in the figure. The six trigonometric functions, SOHCAHTOA. So if we have a right triangle with a hypotenuse x and the height 5 and the adjacent 12. So SOHCAHTOA. So that is our mnemonic for our six trigonometric functions. It's again another illustration of the meaning of SOHCAHTOA with the drawing different from the previous, but of course you need to also apply the same SOHCAHTOA no matter how you draw the right triangle. Okay, so we will have the next part of this lesson.